Adventure time. Come on, grab your friends. Go to very distant lands with Jake the dog and Finn the human. The fun never ends. It's adventure time, everybody.
The fun never ends. Except
Never
at season 9.
It's over now.
It's over. The dragon has been vanquished. We finally got rid of everybody. Our least favorite show, Adventure Time.
Yes, it's finally gone. Let's throw a funeral party.
Yeah, we're about to throw the biggest funeral party.
Because, yeah, it is bittersweet. It's a good thing, but it's a sad thing. Because, you know, no good show lasts forever.
No good show. Well, you know. Not yet, anyway.
Not
yet. I haven't made a show yet, so...
Well, there you go.
But Adventure Time needed to come to an end.
Yep.
It's true.
It is true. And it finally has. And now we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What do you think
Adventure
of our
Time
new
thing.
main characters, Shermie and Beth?
Shermie and Beth. Well, yeah, Shermie and Beth are pretty cool. I like Shermie and Beth.
I really like Beth.
Yeah,
was
Beth
fun.
is really cool.
Shermie was kind of annoying.
Uh.
But that's not even that important.
I kind of like him, though.
Yeah, he's got some pep. They go on an adventure. They try to trip a guardian, a gumball thing.
Yeah, what was that gumball? Okay, you know, look, I don't want to get into this too much, but let's just say that I've got some plot hang-ups with this final episode.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Quadisode.
What did you think of the
Yeah.
finale?
Well, I'll be honest with everybody. I was a little disappointed with the finale.
How dare you?
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna crucify you.
I didn't think it was really a fantastic finale. I think it could have done a lot of things better. I think it sent off Adventure Time on a little bit of a down note. Not emotionally. I would like a down note emotionally. It was too happy at the end. But I meant a down note as in quality. Like, I think the final episode was of a below average quality when compared to the rest of the series.
I don't agree. I think it was great.
Well, here we go. It's the great debate.
It's a great debate. What didn't you like about the
All
finale?
right. So, the finale, I think, is undeniably rushed. I think my least controversial point. That I think even people such as the venerable dingus over here even he would agree with me that we needed more than even a 4-episode extravaganza was not enough for this behemoth that is Adventure Time.
Yeah, because Adventure Time is a huge series, and it is kind of trying to wrap it up in 40 minutes. It's no good. I agree. I think season 9 should have been build up, and season 10 should have been the finale. Every part of season 10 should have been one epic party finale ending.
Well,
which would have been amazing, but that's not what they did. We got like a 4-season like big here all the stuff happens sort of thing, which, you know, I admit I would have liked it differently, but I think they did a good job and I liked the ending.
Okay. So, let me just go over the things of why I think it was rushed real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Just for anybody who's listening who might not understand my complaint here. So, let's look at like some of the things that happen in this. So we start off in the future, right? Which is great because we've been seeing this future like all the time.
Yeah,
like we see it with Lemon Hope. We see it with a couple other people. Graybles, yeah, that's right. I forgot about Graybles. But anyway, this is like the built-up future. This is the future. Like, you know, we've been seeing this stuff. And we just don't see enough of it. It's like the future this is like the coolest thing, and this is the last chance we're gonna see it. And I feel like there's not much there except for like...
You wanted to see more of just 1,000 years in the future?
Yeah, I wanted to see more of 1,000 years in the future. That wasn't just like we're in, BMO's house and he has all the crap that was there. But
there was a lot of stuff in the background.
No, yeah. So I'm not necessarily saying that there was none of it, just that I think the prologue and epilogue sections there should have been more, and then the war and Golb should have been truncated, because those were much less interesting than the future stuff.
Okay, so first great thing about the finale that I wrote down in my notes.
Okay.
Is that they didn't ruin the future.
Yes, okay, fair enough.
The first
future
thing,
is not ruined.
I guess I shouldn't really give it points for, like, not messing up, but I was terrified that they're going to do something, oh, we're going to go to the future, and oh no, it's terrible. And oh no, it's terrible. We got to go back and change the past and save the future. It's like, they didn't do that. This is the future. Well, this is where everything goes at the end.
Well, what you mean is they already did that.
Well, yeah, you know. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
They didn't like take the interesting, like, Lemon Hope future we saw and the future we saw in Greybles. They didn't take that and, like, undo it.
Yeah.
That's still the future.
Oh, I just want to make a point that I just thought of my own, against my own point, is I don't necessarily want it to be explained more, necessarily. I don't think that, because, like, you know, the ancient, like, Gumball City ruins, the fact that, you know, like, all this stuff is going... Most of it should still be not on screen, I'd say. But what we got was sort of just, like, callbacks and, like, references.
That's true.
And it's just, like, it's sort of, like, the same feeling I get where it's, like, you know, hey, look at this thing. You remember this, right? And it's like, yeah, I do. It's still there. It's, you know, in an episode, I can go back and watch it. It's, you know, seeing it again isn't really that cool. It's just old now. Yeah.
Like, maybe if it was sort of like Legend of Korra, where it was like a sequel show.
Yeah.
And it was sort of like that, but that wasn't this. This was like the end of the show.
This is literally we've gone every. I mean, because, like, you know, if we did the sequel show.
I mean, yeah. I was like, they're probably just gonna reboot it.
Yeah.
But if they did a sequel show instead, I would not be that angry, because
like,
this future looks really interesting.
Yeah, the future looks nice.
I want to see what happens there. With Shermie and Beth.
Yeah, I like Shermie and Beth, and I wish, like, those are, like, the new characters that I, like, newly care about. They're cool. But then, like, all these, you know.
Yeah.
But then we switch back to, you know, the main part. And and like I said, it's sort of like they just run up the mountain, and, like, they find the arm, like, they trip sorry, I totally lost my point about being rushed. So, the point about them being rushed is, like, they trip the Gumball Guardian, we see a bunch of, like, you know, parallels, like, you know, Princess Zim and that kind of thing, you know, all the equivalents. Yeah. We see a couple of those. So, what's her face?
Beth?
Beth. I can never remember Beth's name. Beth is...
I hope it's Beth.
She just... Yeah, it's probably Beth. I think I remember it being Beth. But she just, like, so she spits the arm out that they found out of her stomach, and she just looks at it and it's just like, we need to go to the King of Oo right now.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another point. How glad were you when instead of finding King of Oo, they found BMO?
Yeah, thank goodness.
I was like, oh, thank God, it's not King of Oo, it's BMO. This is the greatest thing.
Did we ever get a resolution to King of Oo? Was he in the ending? I didn't see him.
In one of the many sort of ending little slides.
That last
he does appear in for a second. Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you about it when we get there, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of rushed, yeah, man, I love all these characters that I love, man, great that they got this 1 second resolution. Just leave them out. I'll like, if you're just gonna give them literally, like, 4 frames of, like, a resolution, just let me think of the resolution in my head, okay? It's not worth it. I don't need to see them all sitting in a room, like, you know, having, like, a book club together for me to, like, know that the story's over. Like, everything's okay now.
Yeah, okay. I agree.
We haven't gotten to the end yet.
We're getting sidetracked all over the place.
Yeah, I just want to get right to the part that annoys me. But let's get to the parts that don't annoy me so much. Let's see.
It's alright.
Let's get right to a point that annoys me more. So, Princess Bubblegum mobilizing an army against another candy army makes no sense at all in any way, because it doesn't. It literally, it casts doubt on the character of Princess Bubblegum, because she's invented these banana guards that have been completely and totally useless for the entirety of the series and have done nothing. But she still mobilizes them and, like, makes an army out of them for some reason. Like, what is the
true.
point?
That's true.
Like, why would she agrees with me because she just sends them all away. They don't do anything. Why were they there?
Yeah, well, since the war never happened, we never really got to see her plan.
Yeah, well, her plan was launch all the banana guards into the cake guards and hope that they take care of each other. But the cake guards are, assumably just as useless as the banana guards. Yeah. So it's not even, the banana guards, like, why are they even, like... it's been like thousands of years. She hasn't figured it out yet.
She didn't invent like those.
Yes,
those
she
banana
does have.
guard 2.0.
That was that was the thing I liked. The new banana guards were cool with jetpacks and the giant heads. I love them.
The only thing, like,
they don't do anything either.
They didn't do anything, but they didn't do anything incompetent. So we can assume that maybe those banana guards were like competent banana guards.
Did they show the banana guard, like the new banana guards, like running away?
Nope,
because
they didn't.
I'm pretty sure they just show them floating there and then never cut to them again.
And then they never appear again. Yeah.
Except in the very beginning of the prologue when he's floating next to the Gumball Guardian.
Yeah. So they probably flew away.
Yeah.
When everyone ran away.
Great. Wow. Cool, guys.
Thanks, Banana Guard.
You totally did it. It's like they put this like big head in the intro and they like, where did this banana guard come from? Oh, I guess Princess Bubblegum made him because she realized how garbage her bananas are.
The whole thing is
it feels like they put in the prologue and then fit it in.
The whole thing is
the real
moot
story.
because the war didn't happen.
Yeah. So, moving on, waving the white flag, we get the peace truce with Fern and
Gumball.
Yeah, Gumball, and it's like, so. You're going to have to explain this one to me, because maybe I wasn't paying attention. Where did he get the dream thing? I don't remember.
Alright, yeah, that's understandable for not remembering, because it was literally one episode.
Okay.
It was the episode in between the Islands miniseries and the Elements miniseries. An episode that takes place while they're on the boat back home. They get visited by Dream Prince, or Nightmare Princess, or something.
Yeah.
And starts causing nightmares. Okay.
Devastating.
And it turns out all she wants are some bananas. I'm pretty sure it was bananas. I can't think of any. I know it was some kind of fruit that they had a bunch of on the boat. Yeah, she wanted bananas, so they gave her all their bananas, and she thanks them by giving them this dream vial.
How convenient. Does she explain how the dream vial works? Or does Finn just assume that throwing it at Gumball will fix things?
This was literally the first time its use was made known. So, yeah. So, I'm glad it did make an appearance, because, like, I was kind of thinking that one was just lost to the wind.
Literally forgotten?
Literally forgotten. Like, so that's cool.
Not just disregarded for story reasons, but actually, literally, like, they forgot about it.
Which makes me think, okay, maybe they planned this. Maybe they had this in mind. Because otherwise, why would they give him the dream juice?
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Weirdly specific.
I might have even missed that episode, because I don't even remember that at all.
You don't remember that at all?
Let's see. Next point. So they're in Dream World.
Yeah, and, they're in Dream World.
Jake is just mucking about, which is nice.
That was really funny. It's just like, I'm sorry, Finn, but I can't lose this job.
Yeah.
It's like...
Jake just gets absorbed into the dream.
gets absorbed in the dream. Hanging out with Jermaine, his evil doppelganger.
Where's Jermaine? We got his dream self. Was Jermaine in the end too, and I didn't see him?
I don't remember him.
I mean,
yeah, he was. I do remember him.
Oh yeah,
he was painting Lemon Grab's ceiling.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was.
And like one of those 4 frames of like finale for Lemon Grab. But yeah, Jermaine did show up at the very end. But Finn and Fern, they're having their battle. Bubblegum and Gumball are having their mental battle.
Oh yeah, gotta love these dream battles where anything makes sense
and nothing matters.
I mean, it's like the dream battle is an excuse of them having a yelling competition and then like butting into each other with like weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like we need a finale and a dream, and it's like it feels like the dream is just like they needed an excuse to do weird stuff. And like, hey, Adventure Time's a weird show. It's got some crazy stuff going on.
I'm going to give them more credit than that. I think they decided that this was a good way to do it. And I think it was good. I liked the dream part. It was fun. And like, it sort of made sense with Bubblegum sort of deciding, like, oh, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have a war.
Okay. So for the dream sequence, I'd say I liked the Bubblegum and Gumball part. I did not like the Fern and Finn part because it's just so heavy-handed. It's just like, we gotta face our fears directly. It's like, really? Do you? You haven't figured? It's like,
Okay,
it's like this is like the lesson, quote unquote, that Finn has just been learning over and over again for like the whole series. Like, don't run away from your fears. It's like, I get it. It's like, face your fears.
Yeah.
Open the vault. Don't repress your emotions, I guess.
Well, I think, yeah. And then they went in and they killed Grass Curse.
Oh yeah, they did Grass. But wait, before we get to Grass Curse, the vault is like the vault itself was like the worst thing ever. Like, it's literally a vault with like ghosts in it.
Yeah, that was
like,
kind of lame.
Really.
I'm gonna agree with you. Actually,
You're gonna
I was like, oh, whatever.
You're gonna go with literally just a literal interpretation of it.
Yeah, but when like it showed just like that few seconds of like Fern sort of trapped in the vault with like all the grass vines tangled around him, I thought that was cool. I thought that was a good moment.
Yeah, like when they were like in the like inner world where it's like normal Finn inside of Fern, or like normal Finn clone.
This is getting confusing.
Yeah.
But when they go into the vault and like it's poor, it made me really feel sorry for Fern because he's got this thing on him.
For the record, I do not dislike Fern. I like Fern.
Fern's great.
Fern's pretty cool. I like how he's like somehow like Finn from the past possessed by a ghost of a sword,
by grass
which
sword.
is also grass. That's pretty cool. I like that.
I do like that a lot, yeah.
But I think this is this is just not what Fern needed for his redemption arc. I mean, because like it's like.
I can see that. Like he sort of like, I guess he sort of redeemed himself in the end.
Yeah.
Like fighting for the side of good and all that.
Like, am I a little disappointed that Fern has to switch sides and then die at the end? Yeah, because that's exactly what you would think would happen.
Because like you said, this could have happened over the course of multiple episodes.
Yeah.
Like I said, like it could have happened over the course of the season as opposed to like really fast all at the end.
Yeah, the redemption and death of Fern is not the problem here. It's the execution here. It's just it just happens in like 3 episodes.
Yeah, it's really short.
And like it's not like Fern. Poor Fern.
Poor Fern.
Just getting shafted. As usual.
Well, yeah, that's his whole thing.
That's his whole thing. Oh yeah, and like, guys, I have trauma too. It's just like that one was like so bad it was funny, I guess.
I think that was a joke.
That one was a joke, but I feel like a lot of the show was that, but unironically.
Some of it maybe. I feel like most of our criticisms so far are just like I'm being glass half full about it, and you're being glass half empty about it. Is what it seems like to me.
Maybe.
But anyway, they defeat Grass Sword.
Yeah, they kill the grass shrub.
They stab him with a chair.
Yeah, they stab Grass-to-Puss with a chair.
Grass-to-Puss. Pretty good.
Which is pretty funny.
And it's like, oh no, he was right, I'm fading away. It's like, don't worry, it's just a dream. And then they wake up, it's like, oh no, I'm fading away for real. It's like, oops, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. That part was funny.
That was pretty good.
Alright, let's see. So after the dream, the next thing that annoys me happens. So Gumball is, all ready to. They've come to the epiphany, as they say. They've come to the light. They've seen the light. They're gonna have truce. When Gumbald's, I don't even remember her name. The not Gumbald.
Aunt Lolly.
Aunt Lolly. I know she was Aunt, but I didn't know Lolly. Aunt Lolly trips Gumbald, smashes the thing in his pocket, and as they say, lobotomizes him.
Re-lobotomizes.
And then, they're all just, okay with it now.
Well, okay.
What happened? Didn't you just go through this whole thing?
Well, but that Gumball, he's not an epiphany type.
But how do you know? You didn't even give him a chance. You just tripped him.
Well, he was... the suggestion is that he was going to use the juice on PB. That's the suggestion.
Okay,
Wally stopped him.
I do understand that was the suggestion. But you'll notice At no point does Gumball look like he's gonna do anything. It could have just been in his pocket because he was like, what if she attacks me while I'm out here? I gotta protect myself. And then Aunt Lolly trips him and breaks it in his pocket. And then she's like, trust me. He would not have had an epiphany. Don't worry about the fact that you just had like this like mind search of him and like empathize with him on the deepest level possible. Yeah, but trust me, he's not an epiphany type. Trust me.
I think definitely the villain. I think they definitely needed a scene or like just a little cutaway that showed him like reaching into his coat. They needed that because without that, it looks like Aunt Lolly is just a total bitch.
Yeah, it looks like Aunt Lolly is evil and like is the monster that Gumball actually like.
So that was very poorly executed. I will agree.
I watched it again. There's no indication that he was about to do something.
I mean, that's what he was about to do.
Yeah,
apparently.
Of course. That's what the writers tell us he was about to do. But it's like, come on, just do something.
You didn't show us. You didn't show us.
From the perspective of like real life, quote unquote, logic, it's like you can see that like it's a little weird. Like, it's a little bit it's a little bit convicting somebody before they have a try.
And I guess they decided that Gumball was just too evil to be redeemed.
Yeah,
I don't see why.
Yeah, I know. It's like that's another point. It's like keep going.
I mean, I guess it's true. We were waiting for our like sort of Aunt Lolly revenge payoff, sort of, because like Gumball betrayed them. So so I guess that's how she knew that Gumball was going to betray Bubblegum. I don't know.
Yes, but I mean, when you consort with these, like, you're like the evil group. Like, you assembled the band of rogues. Like, what did you expect?
Yeah, so I don't understand. It just seemed like they could have just redeemed Gumball.
Yeah, it's like, what...
I guess they just decided not to.
It feels... Okay, so here's my theory about what happened, is they needed Aunt Lolly to do something.
That's true.
And Aunt Lolly had no purpose up to this point.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, literally no purpose. Like, she just did nothing. She was just another one. Like, she was like, you had the other guy, cousin... Chicle, that's right. Oh,
there's an interest... I saw after...
Chicle had a purpose, which was die.
Well, he didn't die. He turned back into Crunchy.
Yeah, whatever.
There was a funny thing, though, that I saw. I'm pretty sure I saw this in the Dream World, like on my second watch through. I noticed that in the Dream World, at one point, there's like a little sign in the ground that just says Chicle and like, I'm happier this way. So apparently...
Really?
Yeah, it was really bizarre.
I didn't see that.
I mean, it was like on screen for like a second, but I decided I would stop and read it anyway. And so I think that's what it was. It was the last mention of Cousin Chicle. A.K.A. Crunchy.
Well, that's a pretty good payoff. I kind of like that.
Just like 2 seconds on the floor.
No, just like, yeah.
Yep.
I like how he likes being Crunchy. It's good.
Yeah, but,
I guess that.
Apparently Uncle Gumball is just too evil. He can't be redeemed.
Yeah, he's just evil. Not to mention, it's Princess Bubblegum's fault. You made him that evil.
Sure.
Yeah, and one thing I did notice was that Gumball is in the like 2 final second clips as the giant punch bowl. Like,
oh yeah, he's in there. Yeah,
he's in there, and it's like, so like you're just gonna leave him like that?
He's just a punch bowl now.
It's like, but didn't you just go through 1,000 years of constant like pain and torture, like as you were him?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like the logical thing to do would be.
But I guess there's no way to undo the juice though, because like. If there was a way to undo it, then she would have undone it to, Peppermint Butler.
Yeah.
And, like, they treat it as a serious threat, because apparently the only way to undo it is to have, like, a weird LSP apocalypse that reverts everything to normal.
Yeah,
that's not true. And that's not a thing that's easily recreated.
I mean, we say that, but apparently Gold can just do it in his stomach.
Well, yeah, but that's Gold, though.
Yeah, sure, Gold.
He's Gold.
All right, so let's move on from this. Okay, yeah. So the betrayal of Lolly.
Yeah, one thing we missed. Great scene. Marceline talking to Bubblegum before the fight.
Oh yeah, that was good.
With like just saying, it's like, I've been through a war before, and it wasn't very fun. It's just that was like, oh man, that's messed up.
I was so thankful that the scene was just like the one scene of like the burning city. That was so effective.
Just 2
I love that.
Of that.
Like that was.
I don't want to go through that again.
Yeah.
All right, moving on now.
Yes. So
Gumball is defeated.
Yeah. And the war is off. Everything's fine.
It's like, so do we just go home now? Yeah, I guess everyone's just going home. And then Magic Man. Yeah, yeah, then Magic Man, or not Magic Man, King Man, or Normal Man, whatever.
Yeah.
He flies down on fire and lands in front of them and says, I donked up bad.
I donked up bad. And, Golb descends from the sky, as things tend to do in Adventure Time.
Yep.
And, so let's talk about Golb's actions.
Let's talk about Golb real quick. Because I'm going to start with Golb.
Okay.
Because I think I was afraid that they were going to use... we knew they were going to use Golb because they, kept mentioning him before.
Yeah.
And we knew he was coming. And I was really afraid that they were going to do something awful.
Yeah.
But I was afraid they were going to, give him a silly voice and have him be, a goofy guy. That's what I didn't want. I was afraid of that. Because, now this thing has no weight whatsoever.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. And he didn't... The thing that I really liked about it is that he just sort of showed up and didn't really do anything. He it's just like him being there just started to make things go crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I
like the fact that it's he didn't even attack them. He was just sort of existing in their presence, and then everything started going insane.
Yeah. Okay. I actually really, now that you mention it, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's sort of he's supposed to be like Cthulhu, basically.
Yeah, it's he doesn't have any ill will towards anyone.
Yeah, he's just a chaos man.
Yeah, they summoned him there, and now he's just existing there, and that's ruining everything.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, you brought me here. What do you want me to do? What are you so mad at me for?
Yeah.
He's just I just like chaos. That's my thing.
That's my thing. Yeah, so I like that.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. That's really cool. Let's talk about something that's not really cool. The actual thing, I like that his, presence disturbs the natural order and, fucks things up. But what I don't like is what it actually does, which is make a giant blob monster.
Yeah.
And then make a giant skeleton monster in the dumbest way possible. So first he compresses and, soul binds and fucking melts all the banana guards.
Well, not the banana guards. It was the cake guards. Oh yeah,
just the kings. This was actually, he does that later.
Yeah.
These was the cake guards.
Yeah.
And he does that and he makes a blob, and it's just sort of like a dog blob.
Makes a big lizard sort of thing.
Yeah, lizardy, blobby thing. Looks exactly like everything else in Adventure Time.
Yeah.
It just looks like an evil thing in Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Great.
See, the design of Golb is cool. The design of Golb's sort of minions is kind of boring.
Yeah, Golb's minions are extremely boring. So first he got that one, and then eventually he spits on the Gumball Guardian that Princess BB.
That was just the They don't even have names. That was Monster 1.
Let's just call him Blob and Skeleton.
Blob does something to one of the Gumball Guardians and turns him into the skeleton.
Yeah, he spits on him. So that makes no sense because he could have just done that at the beginning, and why doesn't he just keep doing that? But also, he turns the Gumball Guardian into a boring skeleton monster, and makes the Gumball Guardian design way worse. He looks like garbage. I hate it. It looks so bad.
Yeah, the monster designs were not my favorite thing. They were kind of lame and boring.
And and also they're worried about this. They fight giant monsters every week in Adventure Time. Why are these giant monsters so scary now?
That's true.
You've sort of blown your load on the whole giant monster thing. Golb was the reason Golb is so cool and we like him so much and not his little minions is because he's so much different. He doesn't do anything. He just sits there and he's awesome. Yeah. Unlike all the other Adventure Time villains, which are gross skeletons or giant blobs.
Yeah, we got a giant... So, yeah, we did get the giant blobs, and that was pretty lame, I'll admit.
Okay.
We're not the best, finale monsters.
Yeah.
Golb was a good finale monster.
Golb is the finale monster that breeds crappy finale monsters. Yeah. The ones they actually fight.
The Lich didn't show up. I was a little disappointed. I like the Lich.
Yeah.
But, that's fine.
I mean, he technically showed up in the epilogue.
Well, yeah, that's a different thing.
That was awesome. That was one of my that was the coolest thing when he walks behind the mountain.
Yeah, you just see him. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's cool later. But
so, yeah, they're fighting the giant Blob and Skeletons, you know, with all the friends are together, you know, except for the ones that aren't there.
Yeah,
like,
I mean...
Where are the pups? Where were the pups? I wanted to see the pups.
Yeah, the pups should have been there.
That
Although,
cool.
not that they're really great fighters or anything, but...
Well, Lady
support,
Raina Karn's a great fighter. She's there.
Yeah, that's true.
But why not the pups?
You
I
know,
don't know.
good point. So, here... So I have a little bit of an issue with the whole, like, ensemble fighting scene here. Because, like, for one, this is just, like, how every show ends, like, every cartoon ends. It's just, like, you need everybody to, like, do their special attack.
Their special attack.
And it almost feels like this is, like foreshadowing the very end of the episodes where it's just flipping between all the endings. Because it's just flipping between all their different attacks.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, Flame Princess uses fire. It doesn't work. This guy uses this thing. It doesn't work either. Okay. What are we gonna do?
What we really needed was, and I guess I'm only saying this because I recently rewatched this show, was the end of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Where, like, they have, like, the 3 different parties going around doing the things, and they're all 3 different stories are awesome.
Yeah,
but
that
this
was the
one,
finale.
But in this, they were all sort of just in the same place, fighting the same things.
They're literally
at the same
all
time.
in the same boring valley.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a wasteland that they're in. Like, they're not even in a cool place. It's just a flat ground.
Yeah, so they just had, you know, Ice King and Finn and Betty in Golb, and then everyone else was sort of just pseudo fighting the blobs.
Yeah, so fighting the blobs.
No one is effective.
Yeah.
Except for Marceline for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, so I guess we should talk about that too. Since I
have this on my notes. OTP finally canon.
Yeah, I know. Yay! Yeah, I mean, finally. I mean, I'm honestly just glad that there's not going to be anybody like, because like you read stuff online, it's like, well, technically, you know, the creators of the show technically said this at this point, and, you know, it's not really canon if it doesn't do... It's like, okay, just, you know...
It's canon, guys.
It's like, guys, it's literally been canon since, you know,
It's literally been canon since the first episode where Bubblegum said, "Hi, Marceline." It was canon since that moment.
Okay, maybe it wasn't canon then. I don't know about that.
No.
That's a little bit...
What are you... No.
If that's all we had to go on, I'd say that's a bit of a crapshoot. But after the Door Lord episode, like, come on, guys. Like, really? Really? They're just really good friends? They're just like roommates or something? Come on. Okay, come on. I mean, I know this show is for 11-year-olds, but you can't all be that dumb.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
And that happened, and it was good. I liked it.
It was good, except for the fact that it was awful because so PB gets like PB has like the dumbest fake crush out ever, and it's like, oh no, is PB dead?
It's like, no, she's not. Fern dies.
Yeah, Fern of course gets the usual cartoon weak sauce death of fading away and planting in a tree. Where technically he isn't even dead because he is the sword, you know.
Well, like, you know,
it's not like he's actually, you know,
he
wasn't even alive in the first place.
He's pretty dead.
Yeah, you know, he's as dead as...
Don't be like that. He's dead.
Yeah, okay, he's as dead as he's gonna be. But sad. Fern was not a big enough character to die for that to be like the finale of the show.
I agree.
Especially when like we have the future, which has stuff like like I said, the ruined Dumble
there
City.
You go. The future, everyone's dead. Well. Except for the literally immortal characters.
Yeah.
But everyone else is dead.
You mean like almost all of them, like Marceline and Princess Bubblegum?
Yeah, that's the great part, because now Marceline and Princess Bubblegum are together forever.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. They are.
But everyone else is dead, and BMO is all alone, and it's very sad. It's the saddest thing in the universe.
It is pretty sad. It is like a... That's pretty sad. But don't worry about it. Poor BMO. All alone. Maybe Marceline visits her once in a while.
Maybe.
But, as King of Who.
As King of Who. Yep.
But, yeah, okay. Full circle. Finally. Jeez Louise. I guess it's just like contract. You have to wait for the girls kissing to be on the last episode.
Is that the contract? Is that the rule?
Is that like the rule?
Not for Steven Universe.
Not for Steven Universe, obviously. But, they got out of that. But, you know. It's like, I guess, you know, they need the show to be over so they don't get too many letters from parents.
Yep. Anyway.
It's like, cancel your show! It's like, ha ha ha.
It's already over.
It's already over.
Anyway.
Never mind.
Moving along from
so that happens. Oh, yeah, and the whole Marceline hulking out is really just stupid, and I hated it.
I thought it was fine.
I mean, if she could have hulked out, she should have just done that at the beginning.
Well,
like,
you know.
You're stupid. It's stupid that she still can hulk out after stakes. Like, that's dumb. Like, she absorbed, like, the super blackness into her, and then she's just like, she can now unleash it whenever she wants. Great. Oh, perfect. She did have, like... it was like kind of like a weird like magical girl transformation sequence.
Yeah, that was
it looked
weird.
like Sailor Moon for a minute there.
That was pretty
Which
funny.
was hilarious. But unfortunately, the giant sheep monster is like...
giant sheep
okay, sure. Like, especially since Marceline could turn into a giant monster anyway, and she just didn't.
Yeah.
Like, she's been doing that since her first episode.
Yeah. Yep. And, I don't know. I thought it was fine.
The giant Marceline fight, all the fighting to me feels hollow, I would say.
I would agree that the combat left much to be desired in general.
Like, so, like, combat in American cartoons is obviously just going to be bad. Like, because, you know, they don't know how to do it.
What about Avatar The Last Airbender?
Well, you know, that's literally just copying anime. And which is fine. That's not a bad thing. It's just like taking American cartoon like plots, storylines, and ideas, and like adding what works from anime to it, which is like good fight scenes, which no American cartoon really has. And it's because they.
But it's all about the emotion.
Exactly.
Then.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all about the emotion.
Well, that's the thing. Is the emotions can be enhanced by the fight. Is the thing. Like, you can, like, it can still be a good fight without the choreography and, like, the actual moves being cool and stuff. But the fight emotionally resonates more when you actually, like, the fight is cool and you want to watch it instead of just, like, intellectually realizing that, oh, this is a character moment for them while they're fighting.
Okay, then. Here's the thing. Here's the part I liked. Emotionally, intellectually, whatever. Yeah. Here was the part that made me, like, it kind of messed me up inside. It made me like, oh no. It made me sad because the show is over and everything, and it happens during BMO's song, which is fantastic, and I loved it. and it shows like Finn and Simon and Betty, I'm forgetting their names, are all inside Gold's stomach, like being digested.
Being digested. And it has that scene of like Finn like pounding on the wall, like he's trying to escape, like giving it his all at that last moment over BMO singing, and like it just shows Simon and Betty, they're sort of just hugging, sort of giving up, and they're accepting death, and Finn will not accept it. He is like fighting for his life, just trying to get out of there. And that was like that was really powerful to me. I really resonated with that moment. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
With Finn was like banging his head against the wall, trying to get out of there. That was, yeah, I really liked that part.
Alright. That's pretty cool. I'll give you that one. But you did just skip ahead a little bit there.
That's true.
So we're at Normal Man falling from the sky, and he gets Ice King to go up there and mess with Betty, and everybody falls into Gulp's
Oh yeah,
that's
also
how they get
important.
Stomach, by the way.
Also important. Maj is there.
Oh yeah, Maj is there.
I guess maybe either they snuck Maja away from the war elephant, or he just gave her up. I don't know.
I mean, the war elephant shows up later.
He does show up, but like, wasn't he? He was taking care of Maja.
Yeah.
So how did this whole?
I'm assuming that Normal Man and Betty are strong enough to just take it from.
Yeah, they just snuck it away.
The elephant is pretty strong, but I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's Betty strong. Betty's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But okay, so they're in the stomach. Okay, yeah, and Treehouse gets smashed.
It's like, oh no.
Devastating. Never would have expected that to happen.
What's going on out here? It's like, oh, looks like it's up to BMO to save the boat.
Yeah, I sort of expected them to break the treehouse because you know we've seen the treehouse in the future before.
Well, I mean, I that would just make me assume that it just kept growing.
Oh, well, I guess so. That would make sense.
I didn't think it was gonna break.
I guess I just assumed that they would destroy because, of course, they would at the end of the series.
I guess so. Yeah.
It's the one line they haven't crossed yet. It's like no. Okay, and let's get to the big one. They defeat Gold by singing.
They don't defeat him by singing.
Yes, they
do. They defeat his monsters by singing.
Well, and then they open up, and then they bore a hole through him with singing.
And then they rescue Finn.
Then they somehow bore
singing.
a direct hole to Finn with singing.
Yes, that's what they do. They don't defeat him, though.
They don't defeat Gold by singing, thankfully.
Okay, I'm going to say real quick that if they literally, like, just sang a song and Gold, like, ran away or died, I would have been a little bit, oh, that's a little disappointing. But since that didn't happen, I am satisfied with this because, like, it was a really good song.
Okay, fine. I like the song. It's fine.
It was a really good song.
But here's the thing. When you have a million other ways to do something, why do you got to do it this way? Why did it have to...
But, I don't know. Did they have a million other ways?
They
like, Marceline, like, smashed that one up and it just came back together. And it's like, oh no, they're unstoppable. Except from song.
Yeah. So, for one, I reject the notion that singing is the only way to do this. This is Adventure Time. They could have come up with any other reason, any other way to defeat Golb other than singing. So,
what's wrong with singing?
The problem I have with this is it's just, like... None of it, like, mattered. Why? It was so easy in the end. Like, what? Golb like, it doesn't make sense to me that a being as powerful as Golb is bothered by singing.
Well,
which he is bothered by it. His monsters are bothered by it, and it bores a hole through him.
I mean, he didn't seem really bothered by the hole.
Well,
he just sort of floated there. It's like,
look,
not really caring.
Look, the canon, what they say is that Golb hates singing because it's harmony, and he's discord. So it's like, what if I just set up like 8 noise machines all going at the same frequency and they harmonize? Does that kill Golb too?
I think if maybe the ending hadn't worked out the way it would, the only way to stop Golb would be for PB to, like, set up a whole bunch of speakers around the field where him and his monsters are and just have, like, music playing constantly. That would have been the only solution. But they didn't end up having to do that because they found another way. And by they, I mean Betty.
So here's just a little something that they could have done where it's not just literally Jake turns into a speakerphone and sings at them. So if singing and harmony needed to be like the antidote, they couldn't, like, if PB done something like, I don't know, make a singing gun or
make a singing gun.
Look, could it, like, Marceline could have done something like,
you know,
they're just singing.
But they're all singing and it's great.
They're not even singing in harmony.
Well, you know,
like,
what do you mean they're not singing harmony?
Logically,
they're all singing the same song.
Logically, Earl of Lemongrab would have ruined the harmony,
like,
which he does, but apparently it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well,
he's just like,
there's enough, there's enough people singing well, so it's fine.
All right, whatever. I think it's lame. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense why a god is even, like, remotely affected by people singing.
I think you're a bummer. I think you're being a bummer right now.
Yeah,
I like singing.
Yeah, whatever. I like the song though.
It was a good song. But singing, like I said, singing doesn't solve everything.
Oh yeah.
Because Golb isn't murdered by singing. He's just sort of like, you know, it's singing. It opens up a hole in my stomach, but I don't really care about that. I'm Golb. So the only solution is for Betty to use the crown, which has reverted to its wishing state.
How convenient.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
Man, thank God Golb digests people into their, their more primal states.
That's a cool idea, though.
I mean,
don't you think?
Yeah, thank goodness that makes sense. Wait,
I mean, does it make sense? No, but is it cool? Yes.
Theoretically,
rule of cool, Ben.
Yeah, rule of cool. Rule of cool, I guess. But theoretically, digestion in, like, an all chaos being would just be your chaos now. Like, maybe on fire.
Maybe that was coming next after they were reverted to their.
It seems like it was just like them, like a little cube crushing them inside Golb. But doesn't that make them more orderly? A little cube crushing them seems too orderly for Golb.
Whatever.
Like, I mean, it doesn't seem very chaotic to me for a being that is chaos.
It did remind me of, like, the stomach that they were in. It kind of reminded me of Prismo's time room in a weird way.
Yeah.
It was, like, similar looking, just red. With no doors.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. But anyway.
Which makes you think maybe Prismo is more related to Golb.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because, like, outside Prismo's house, there's a bunch of weird stuff floating around. So maybe they're, like, opposites or something. Who knows?
Maybe.
But anyway, Betty stays inside Golb to use the wishing crown to try to wish away Golb. But it doesn't work, because as previously established in the series, Golb is immune to wishing magic.
Yeah, Golb is immune to wishing magic. We've seen this.
We've seen this. When Normal Man tried to wish back Margles. And he's like, oh, dude, sorry, this has never happened before. In which they have a repeat of that scene with Simon in the final little slideshow.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Which was
oh,
great.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, they just have a thing with...
It's where he's,
where he's shrugging to Simon. He's like, sorry, man.
Sorry, immune to wishes.
But yeah, so Golb is immune to wishes. So she wishes just for any way possible to keep Simon safe. And the crown decides, alright, I know how to do this. I'll combine them.
Yeah.
So, by combining Golb with Betty, turning Golb into like this weird taller thing.
Yeah, turning Golb into like an adult, kind of. Yeah. I guess it aged him up a little bit.
Yep. It was pretty weird. And I guess Betty, now as Golb, flew away.
Yeah, flew away.
And they killed off Fern. They basically killed off Betty too.
Yeah, I guess. They killed off Betty. But notice both of these characters are characters that were introduced in the last 2 seasons.
What? No, Betty was introduced season 5.
Yeah, season 5, but Betty wasn't meant to be Gold by then.
That's true.
Betty probably wasn't even supposed to be
But
we probably weren't even supposed to see Betty again.
They're Simon is finally back to normal. And even after all that, the only one who doesn't get to enjoy it is Betty. Because she's Gold.
Yeah.
And that's tragedy right there. It's tragedy. She all the things she did to try to get Simon back, and finally it was done. But now she's Gold.
Now she's Gold. At least she's can protect Simon, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nobody can wish Simon away because she's got a wish blocking power.
Yep, and that is pretty much where it ends.
Yeah, that's
Fern fades away and says, I'm not feeling so good.
Yeah.
It fades away. They plant him there. And that's the end. Makes a new tree. And that's pretty much the end of the story.
Yeah.
That was the finale of Adventure Time.
Which, obviously... Oh, well, I guess then we flash back to the future and...
Oh, yeah.
Shermie and Beth are...
That reminds me.
Doing
It's like...
thing.
This reminds me oh, I thought... You meant the end of the Great Gum War. I thought this was the end of the world. It's like, no. That happened next. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed that the end of the world didn't actually happen.
Well, What do you mean the end of the world, though?
We
know what the world is 1,000 years later.
Yeah, but I mean, it's sort of like what I was expecting, sort of an answer to specifically I don't know. Maybe maybe Bubblegum is in the future if she's not in the city.
That's a good question.
Because, is she dead? She's, obviously immortal, so she didn't die of age.
Yeah.
Is she just, has she, expanded her gum and is now, a new Mother Gum?
I don't know.
Possibly.
Maybe she's in space somewhere.
She could be in space, yeah. They
could have a colonized new planet.
This planet was uninhabitable for candy people, so they needed to go...
Because they're too dumb to survive.
So they went to go live on Mars with normal man. They tried to colonize Mars, but it's we were here first.
It's alright, fine. But yeah, and we get we go back to the future, and they go find the sword and that stuff. That's cool.
And then as we've been talking about this whole time, you get the famous, 8 frames of animation for each minor character that has ever existed.
They got one for
that
the
they bothered to
Wiggler,
remember.
For that weird Wiggler guy. They showed him in a suit, which was funny.
That was pretty funny.
Some of them were good, but some of them are just it's just them. There's one of Huntress Wizard, and it just shows her floating.
Yeah, it was just.
Why was that even there? You didn't even. If you weren't gonna do anything, why show it?
It sucks that Huntress Wizard didn't do anything.
Well, she was there.
She didn't even talk.
I don't think they had her voice actor there because she didn't say a word.
Yeah, she probably literally did not have a voice. Now that I'm thinking about it, you're literally definitely right. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
they do this all the time. Those fools. They couldn't even get her back for the finale.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
That's the way.
And, like, we didn't even get any closer. Like, okay, whatever. That doesn't matter. All that matters is that poor Huntress Wizard is meditating and is going to be meditating forever, I guess. For all we know.
For all we know, yeah. Yep. Yep. And, you know, who else is in that finale little slideshow? Everyone's happy ending. Well, you get Simon for a second, not being very happy in Prismo's time room, and Prismo just giving him the shrug. And then he's back in making popcorn at Marceline's house, and they're just sort of chilling out there. And it's like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Isn't that lovely? You know. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about Gunther.
Oh yeah, Gunther becomes Ice King.
Becomes Ice King. It's like, oh, never mind. You just wish to be Ice King. And for some drums, I guess. This is fine.
For some drums.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing.
It's over. Adventure time is over.
Adventure time is over. Time to start. Not adventure time. It's time for the next time.
Time for the next time.
Perhaps relaxation time.
Relaxation time?
Extensive tax reform time.
You know what? No, I'm not.
Whatever the opposite of adventure is.
I'm not done talking about adventure time. Let me look at my notes. Oh yeah, important note. Simon. I think we should make Simon an honorary member of the Good Dad Club.
The Good Dad Club.
Because he never really had a chance to be a dad, but if he had been a dad, he would have been a good dad. So he's an honorary member of the Good Dad Club.
I don't know. I think we should make him a full member. He was a pretty good dad for Marceline.
Well, like,
even under bad circumstances. Like, I mean,
but yeah, then he went insane and stuff, and Marceline sort of grew up alone, and that was a bummer.
Yeah, but that wasn't his fault.
I mean, it wasn't his fault, but you know, like I said, he never had a chance to be a real good dad. So you know.
But he was a good dad for a while.
You know what made me think about that though? It was the moment when they're all on Golb's stomach, and like Finn's all bummed out, and he like reaches down and is like, "It's okay, buddy." And I really liked that moment. It's like, oh man, Simon's like a cool guy, and he would have been the greatest dad.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know. I think he should just be. I don't know about this. Yeah.
All right, fine. We'll make him a full member.
Because like, while he was a dad, like I mean, we don't have to include Ice King in this. You know, Ice King's not a good dad. Simon is.
Well, you know, whatever.
I mean, as we've learned from Gunther, they're apparently different people.
They are now. Anyway.
They are now, anyway. Yeah, it's like, you know, like, while he was the dad of Marceline in the end of the world there, he was, like, the cool dad. He gave him tits and kept her safe.
Yeah, I guess he did a good job. Like he did a good job.
I don't, like, if there was something else he could have done to be a better dad, then I would say that, I don't know, maybe you're right. But I don't really see anything he could have done differently.
I don't know. It just seems like he was never a full dad.
Marceline. Anyway. He's a full dad to Marceline,
anyway,
you heartless monster.
On the same token, I think Gumball needs an honorary member of the Bad Dad Club.
Gumball doesn't get to be part of a club. He just sucks.
because like Simon, I don't think he was ever really a full dad, but he was mean to Fern for like one scene.
Yeah.
And now he's a member of the Bad Dad Club.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations. I think all the bad dads and all the good dads need to have like a war. Let's see, who's on the good dad's side? We got Simon, we got Greg from Steven Universe, we got Joshua.
There's more.
There's got to be more. There's got to be other good dads.
Cut this part. We'll put in a list of good dads.
We'll
put in like the official roster of good dads and bad dads.
I mean, like at this point, the bad dads have them severely outnumbered.
Oh yeah, bad dads are
easy. You got Martin, you got Gumball, you got Warren Ampersand.
Warren Ampersand.
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 No, you got Marty.
Oh yeah.
Marty's a pretty bad dad.
Let's see.
What's Marceline's? Hudson Abadir. Bad dad.
Lemon Grab. Bad dad.
Lemon Grab's a pretty bad dad. Even though, what is he the dad of?
Lemon Hope.
Oh yeah, that's true. Lemon Hope's also a bad son, though. So.
Well, sure. That's not Lemon Hope's fault. Come on.
It's just the way he is.
Yeah, it's just the way he is. Lemon Hope gets a bad rap. He's a cool dude.
I mean, yeah. We do see him in the finale.
Yeah.
He gets like a scene. You see
he's
him
he's with Susan.
Yeah, Susan and Frida.
Yeah, Frida.
Are hanging out, going around places, and it's like, oh hey, look, there's Lemon Hope. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
We know where he'll be one day.
Yeah, we know where he'll be. He'll be hanging. He's
1,000 years later.
Yeah, so apparently lemon people are also immortal. Now that I think about it, I didn't even think about that.
Although he did look really old.
Yeah, he does age.
He ages, but he's immortal. It's the worst curse.
Yeah, I know. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Sweet Pea at the finale.
Oh yeah,
when he's like stomping around in the back.
He's so cool.
He is really. He's like the
perfect.
new. He's like the new Billy.
Yeah, he is the new Billy.
Only bigger.
Like Billy defeated the Lich, and he became Sweet Pea.
Yeah, and like it's kind of like. Because, like, the Lich sort of wore Billy's skin.
Yeah.
And, like, then he, like, was sort of reborn as, like, a half Billy, half Lich.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. Also, he had, like, Finn's demon sword, which he literally never used.
Yeah.
Because, like, after... Like, he used it in the episode...
Was that the same sword, though? Wasn't that, like, giant?
It was huge, but it was the same sword.
Oh, so maybe he just made
it... looked exactly the same.
He just enlarged it somehow.
He just enlarged it somehow.
I'm sure they could
figure that out. He used it once in the episode he got it. But then after that, he was Diplomacy Boy, so he never used a sword ever again. And that was like, he didn't even use the demon sword. That was completely pointless. But I'm sure Sweet Pea is putting it to good use.
Yeah.
We'll call him Billy Jr.
Billy Jr.
Yep.
Man, I hope he's slaying some bears.
Slaying some bears.
He'd fight a bear!
Oh, Billy. He's dead.
Yeah, he's very dead. So is the Lich, though.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
No, but...
the Lich is never really dead.
Well, yeah, but I'd say if it's been 1,000 years, I'd say Sweet Pea's got this under control.
Maybe.
Like, he was trying to break out earlier, and Sweet Pea's like, no, I own you.
Yeah.
And I think Sweet Pea's got it under control. I'm proud of Sweet Pea.
Maybe.
I like Sweet Pea.
Good job, Sweet Pea.
And you
weren't in the finale.
You weren't in the finale, but you got to rock.
Except you got your preschool scholarship. Good job.
New future Sweet Pea versus Golb. Who wins?
I don't know. Versus Betty Golb.
Betty Golb. Oh, Betty Golb. OP. No way. By the way, the fact that the Betty Golb has like little eyelashes is really dumb. I think they should just left us off.
It is pretty funny.
Like, I think the fact that it has legs now should be like enough to indicate that something's wrong with it. Like, we didn't need the eyelashes. Okay. It looked cooler without the eyelashes.
The transformation scene was really cool.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
When like it just sort of like everything went black and white and like a giant sort of explosion.
Yeah, it's just like the new kids.
And you got Shelby there, like
check please. Loved it.
Yep. It's like, oh right, Betty. It's like, what have you done?
Finally a character with a great send off, Shelby.
Shelby died. That was the end of Shelby. We don't see him again, do we?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Maybe we do.
He's probably just hanging out in the background somewhere.
But like alright, let's wrapping this up. One of the most intense things about the finale really is just like seeing 1,000 years in the future and knowing that all of your favorite characters are dead. What are your final thoughts on Adventure Time?
On Adventure Time. Well, it's been a pretty long ride. Very long. Extremely long.
It's only 10 seasons.
Over long, maybe a little bit. But despite that, I think better than pretty much any other show that's run 9 seasons, I'd say. This has maintained a level of quality that I'm very impressed with. And this last episode was sort of a disappointment for me. But overall, I'd say Adventure Time would be a truly, pretty great show.
Pretty great show.
I'd say pretty great, and maybe I'll rewatch it all through one day, and I'll say, maybe that's better than great somehow. I don't know. I'll think of a new word that's better for it. But for now, I'd say I give it a thumbs up out of 10.
I really love Adventure Time.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite shows. It's like... Okay.
Everybody has...
People say that art has no meaning.
Yeah.
The art is pointless. But we're all pointless.
Yeah.
In the end.
It's true.
One day, the Lich will consume everything that exists, and there will all be nothing once again. So, art is to me the most important thing. And this inspires me. It really does. This show really inspires me to try to make cool things that made me feel, that can make people feel the way I felt watching Adventure Time.
Yeah. That's pretty...
And that's what I got to say about this show. It's really good. I really like it.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
Great, good enough. We're probably going to have to do a retrospective on this show.
Yeah.
Go back through it. Watch the episodes, talk about them.
I don't know. We might have to... I don't know if... every single episode, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of episodes. We're gonna have to find a way to bunch them together.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say we'll have to come up with our own episode bombs that we're gonna, our own Steven bombs that we're gonna, we're gonna enforce onto this. Because I mean, I don't think that's so much of a problem. Like just like, logical endpoints like arcs and stuff.
That's good. That's a good point.
Like
although this show is particularly hard to do that with.
No, yeah, it will definitely be like almost impossible to do that. But, at the very beginning, it's going to be especially hard because there is no arcs.
Because it is kind of madness.
It is just total madness. So maybe we'll just do them in bunches of 4 and do them like we did the other episodes as they came out. Just talk about each one.
Yeah.
But if if there's like a really big event or something, we can just talk about the whole event as like a thing without going through each individual episode.
Yeah. But I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I hope so. It'll be fun.
I look forward to it. I look forward to rewatching some of these because like some of them I haven't watched in a while, especially from the earlier seasons. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, well, I definitely need to brush up on my Adventure Time history.
Yep.
But until then,
I
think that's pretty much all I have to say.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening to the final episode of Adventure Time Podcast.
Yeah.
New cool stuff. Gonna be putting out soon.
Stay bespoke, everybody.
Exactly that. Adventure Time.